Welcome and hello everybody. Our lesson today is the final lesson in Unit 3, Lesson 3 by the name of Rocks and Minerals. Today we will discuss what is the difference between the rocks and minerals and the earth layers and the earth crust and the classification of the rocks. Firstly, there is types of the rocks and the earth. As we said in the previous lessons, earth is consist of 3 layers. And the first outer layer is the earth crust. Earth crust layer is classified into 2 layers or 2 types, the solid and the solid bases. Firstly, the soil and the soil bases. The solid bases. Firstly, the soil. The soil is an uncompacted layer covered the earth crust. Firstly, the soil is the first layer or the superficial layer or the upper layer or the first layer. Soil layer is thin, fragmented, and we can say it loosened layer. Finally, the soil is consists of a mixture of mineralogical substance such as water, air, decayed organic materials, and some of plant roots. The solid bases, or we can say it by the rocks. As we say, earth crust consists of the soil and the solid bases. Soil is the superficial layer. Solid bases is a natural solid material exists in the earth crust. It consists of one mineral or a group of minerals. The solid bases or rocks is a lower layer of the earth crust that beneath the soil, which consists of different types of rocks. We will discuss or explain the classification or different types of rocks, firstly according to the way of formation of it. The classification of rocks according to the way of formation. Firstly, igneous rocks, and sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. Firstly, we will talk about igneous rocks. But we can observe in a volcano, firstly, magma. What's the meaning of magma? It is a very hot and thick viscous liquid underneath the earth's crust. When volcano occur, magma is pushing upward. A part of it fill gaps and cracks on the earth's crust, and the other part is extruded from the crater of volcano to the earth's surface on the form of volcanic flows as lava. Again, when volcano occur, a thick or a hot viscous liquid underneath the earth's crust, part of it full gaps and cracks on the earth's crust, and other part is extruded from the crater of volcano to the surface of the earth to form volcanic flows which is known or called as lava. Lava, it is magma, but when it reaches the earth's surface. Or on the other hand, we can say that lava is volcanic flows that spread in the volcanic sides. When the both of magma and lava solidify, form an igneous rocks. So we can get a definition of igneous rocks. They are rocks formed by solidification of magma underneath the Earth's crust or lava on the Earth's surface. Again, igneous rocks are rocks that formed by solidification of both magma or lava, magma underneath the Earth's crust but lava on the Earth's surface. There is a type of igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are divided according to the site or the place of formation in proportion to the Earth's surface. It will divide it into two divisions: plutonic rocks or volcanic rocks. Again, igneous rocks are divided according to the place of their formation and proportional to the Earth's surface into two divisions: plutonic rocks or volcanic or surface rocks. According to the way of the formation, plutonic rocks are magma at the depths of the Earth's crust, get cool slowly, and minerals that form rocks take a long time to crystallize or solidify, so their crystals will be as a large size. But on the other hand, surface or volcanic rocks are lava cool quickly because lava at the surface of the Earth's crust. Minerals take short time to crystallize, so their crystals will be small sized. And it is this the difference between plutonic and volcanic rocks. According to texture, plutonic rocks have a coarse texture because of the size of crystals are very large. But on the other hand, surface rocks or volcanic rocks have smooth texture because the size of crystals or minerals, as we say, is small. According to place of formation, plutonic rocks are formed in the deeps of the Earth's crust where minerals accumulate to forming huge masses of rocks covering a wide areas. But surface or volcanic rocks formed over the Earth's crust from lava solidification, where minerals accumulate, forming a flow of lava around the both sides of the volcano. And there is some examples of igneous rock: granite or basalt. Granite, it is a plutonic igneous rock, but basalt is volcanic igneous rock. Granite is pink or gray in color, but basalt is dark colored. According to the size of crystals, granite is crystals of minerals forming it are big, so we can see it by our naked eye. But in basalt, crystals of minerals forming it are very small, so we cannot see it by our naked eye. Properties of granite: heavy, with a coarse of rough texture, solid, cohesive, so it is not easily to be broken. But basalt properties is small, with circular holes, smooth texture, and it is extremely hard or very hard. Plus, according to the place, granite is found in the eastern desert or in Sinai Peninsula, but basalt found in Egypt, Abu Zabal, or in Fayoum, or near an area is known as Abu Rawash. According to minerals forming it, Granite is consist of three main minerals: quartz, feldspar, and mica. And mica is divided into dark mica or light mica according to the color. But in basalt, it consists of three minerals, which is olivina, or pyroxene, or feldspar. Secondly, we will talk about sedimentary rocks. What is the meaning of sedimentary rocks? It's only about 50% only of total volume of earth crust rocks, and form a thin cover warps about 75% of the surface of the solid mass. What about the formation of sedimentary rocks? There is some activity to show it, to show transportation and deposition process. Please bring a rectangular basin and place it in inclined position. Then put mixture of sand, shingle, and the gravel as its upper part. Pour water upon this mixture. You will note it when increasing the speed of water current, smooth sand get away and deposit in the collecting vessel, and shingle and gravel remain in the upper part of the rectangular basin. And when the speed of water increases, the size of transported grains increase. We can summarize it that water current takes a smooth sand away, and the sand deposit collecting vessel, but a shingle and gravel remain in the rectangular basin. Formation of sedimentary rocks takes place in three successive stages or three successive processes. Firstly, erosion. Erosion meaning fragmentation and disintegration of the igneous rocks. Igneous and sedimentary and metamorphic rocks are previously existed. Then the second stage is transportation, which meaning the transportation of fragmented particles or rocks or dirties by the water current or by the air where particles are deposited. The third stage is sedimentation or deposition of rocks particle in aqueous or in aerial medium. Later, these deposits particles adhere together to forming the sedimentary rocks. So, sedimentary rocks, they are rocks formed from the cohesion of sediments, and sedimentary rocks are formed from the fragmentation and sedimentation of old rocks of igneous or sedimentary rocks, and result of increasing on both of the pressure on the grains of the rocks and the cohesion of the grains of rocks increase by passing of the time to forming a layer above each other, and this layer in the bottom, or we can say the older layers are above, are more recent. So there is a question: give reason the cohesion of layers sedimentary rocks increased by passing time. Why? As we say, sediments of bottom layers or the layers are exposed to both high pressure result from the weight of the deposits above, in the above layer above it, and it will cause decrease in the ratio of water existing between the grains. On the other hand, we can say the older layers consist of 19 percentage of cohesive deposits and only 10 percentage of water. But the newer layer is consist of 40 percentage of deposits and 60 percentage of water. There is some examples of sedimentary rocks, the sandstone and limestone. So we will explain the difference between sandstone and limestone. Firstly, sandstone composition, it consists of sand grains, and these sand grains are less than 2 millimeters in diameter. But limestone, it consists of precipitation of calcium carbonate CaCO3 in the lime solution. According to differentiate in a point of mineral forming it, sandstone, its main component almost in quartz mineral, but limestone is consist of mineral calciate or calcium carbonate. According to color, sandstone is yellow in color, but limestone is white in color. According to texture, sandstone is coarse texture, but limestone is smooth in texture. According to coherence, sandstone is cohesive, but limestone is less cohesive. According to the shape, sandstone has a thin layers, but limestone has a thin layers. So, how we can differentiate between sandstone and limestone? It is very simple or very easy. According to the composition, as we say, limestone is consist of calcium carbonate, but sandstone is consist of 2 millimeters of the sand grains from the quartz mineral. So, by adding dilute hydrochloric acid to each of them, sandstone, no reaction will take place, but in the limestone, a chemical reaction will take place between the both of hydrochloric acid and the calcium carbonate, which formed the limestone, and this chemical reaction is effervescence. Why? Due to evolving of carbon dioxide gas. Thirdly, and the final type of rocks is the metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks, when old rocks, igneous or sedimentary rocks, are subjected to high pressure and high temperature, they converted into metamorphic rocks. So it takes place in the rocks that magma interferes within them, and this conversion depends on two factors. Firstly, the mass of magma and its temperature. Secondly, the type of rocks which surrounded the magma. So we can get definition of metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks, it is the rocks that originated as a result of exposing the old rocks. Even these old rocks is igneous or sedimentary rocks to the factors of both pressure and high temperature. There is examples of metamorphic rocks according to the composition. As we say, produced from the conversion of limestone. Coherence, it's more solidity and cohesive than the limestone. And texture, texture is coarse, or we can say it is rough. In color, it is white if it's pure, or it can be colored with it contain impurities. So we can differentiate between white marble and colored marble according to purity or impurities in this rock. Finally, this diagram shows the changes between the rocks. Igneous rock if it exposed to erosion and transportation and sedimentation, and this process is the process to forming sedimentary rocks, or igneous rock are exposed to posts of high pressure and high temperature, it will converted into metamorphic rocks. The conversation of between sedimentary and metamorphic can be concluded or summarized by: when metamorphic rocks is exposed to erosion, transportation, and sedimentation, it will converted into sedimentary rocks. But sedimentary rocks can be metamorphic rocks if it's exposed to high pressure and high temperature. So this diagram concludes the conversation between igneous rock, metamorphic rock, and sedimentary rock. Thank you for listening this lesson. You are welcome anytime to ask us about any question. Thank you.